Hello, how are you? Welcome to Venus Crafty Corner. I have a project for us today, and it's a little bit different because normally, we do a lot of paper projects and stuff here, but I wanted to do something that was outside of our norm, and, sometimes I do that. So here's what we have today. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree, and they're vases. Now, I did notice this. Some of them are finished on the inside. You can see that one has the shine to it, and this one is matte. So I would probably seal the inside of this one before I put water in it. This one, I'm pretty sure you can put water in it. It's not going to have a problem. So we're going to be doing something with these today and wax paper. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get out all of the supplies. I'll give you the supply list and I will walk you through the process on this one. We're going to see how it works. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so what do we need for this one? We need a blank. And I'm using a vase. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a vase. If you don't want to use a vase, don't use a vase. You could use a wood picture frame. You could use a cardboard box, those craft boxes, those types of things. Okay, so that's, you just want a blank for this, okay? Think of a few things you can do with this. You're going to want some water in a spray bottle. You're going to want your wax paper, something to protect your work surface, gloves if you're, strange about it. Your hands are going to be your best tools here. Also, you're going to want 3 coordinating paint colors, preferably the same, color in different shades, and a little bit of gold, okay? That's all I got left, a little bit of gold. So this is messy. You might want to do this outside or clear stuff off your table so that you have space to do this. So we're going to grab a piece of wax paper. And we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to open it up. Now, I would use something to weight this down. For me, water. All right, I'm going to start with my darkest color. Doesn't matter if you use gloss paint, matte paint, use a combination of paints, doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to start with our darkest color, and we're just going to drip this on here. Lines, drops, patterns, just get it on there, okay? And we're going to go down in color. So the next one we're going to use is the next darkest color we have. Blowing snot bubbles. Now, if you make too big of a blob like this and you want to take that off, just use a paintbrush or your finger or whatever. Scoop it off. Get rid of it. Move it someplace else, okay? So this is called a Monet style of painting. We're going to put the light color on. And then I like to add a little bit of gold. You can do this with a fan brush or as a separate application at the end, but I like a little bit of gold in mine, so I'm going to just add that in. Okay, now I'm going to spray it with water because I want it to move a little bit. And then I'm going to fold my paper. Here comes the fun part. Smushy, mushy, mushy, smushy, 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 mushy. Just move the paint a little bit, okay? See, it's coming through. It comes through the wax paper. That's why I said this is going to be messy. Oh, look at that. Go, just go. And at this point, we're going to let that set for just a minute. We want it to dry down a little bit. Not totally dried, but just a little bit. So I'm going to move this out of the way, wash my hands, and I'm going to come back. And when I come back, we're going to prep our surface. I'll be right back. All right, so for your surface, just grab a couple of paper towels, and we're going to spray these with water. Okay, because something like this, it's got a little dust on it, and we don't want dust. So we're going to put just enough on there to get off whatever dust maybe on it, because we want it to be clean, okay? At least not dusty. And then we're going to bring back in our paint. Now this is sat for a couple of minutes, like 2 or 3. It's not dry. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to place it on here, and I'm going to roll. Can you cut this paper in half? Absolutely. But we're going to roll this around, trying to get as much of the paint as we can on there, and then we're just going to press and push and press and push and push and press and press and push and push and press. All right. Now, once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and peel the wax paper off. And we're going to remove this. Now, you're going to see there's some spots where we don't have any color. That's what the other side is for. So I'm going to move my hand over to that side. And I'm going to start in a bald spot. Here we go. It's okay if you get creases in your paper. It just adds to the, you know, the blending. And I'm going to roll this, rolling the wax paper in every direction until I get the coating I want. I don't want this muddy. I just want it coated, okay? Now, see these white spots? If I don't want the white spots, then I can either brush in paint or come back in here and find a spot that looks kind of cool. Rub that on there. Voila. Put it on the end here. A little bit there. And I have a little bit more at the top here. Told you guys, do this outside. Seriously. Now, if you get paint on the inside of this and you don't want it there, then wipe it off immediately. Okay? So if you have any paint on the inside that you don't want, just use your paper towel and clean that up. All right? And I do want to do my top piece here. So I'm just going to put this on the paper and move it around a little bit. See, I'm trying to get paint up there. A little bit more right there. All right, now I'm going to set this and let it dry. And when I come back, we're going to finish it, okay? I'll be back. Okay, so my paint is dry. And I've gone in and touched up anything that I felt I needed to touch up. And so now I'm going to seal this. And you can seal this a couple of different ways. You can spray this with just some, you know, clear sealants. I have this Monet iridescent varnish. So any of your varnishes are going to work, okay? Why do they make these things so hard? All right, so I'm going to put some varnish on here. And I'm just going to use a brush, and I'm just going to paint this on. This is going to seal the paint, and it's also, because it's the iridescent, it's also going to give it a little bit of glitter and shimmer, which, you know, I like. I'm over the top. What can I say? But I am going to make sure that I keep my brush strokes going all in the same direction. And I'm going to work this around. And once I've got it all covered, I'm going to set it upside down to dry. Now, if your varnish gets thick, you know, because sometimes it does that, just like your paints, you can use some Floetrol in your varnish as well. So I've got that. I've got about a third left to do here, so I'm going to put a little more varnish on. And I'm probably going to do 2 coats of this. The second one will probably be a clear coat of polyurethane. So there we go. Now I'm going to let this dry conveniently on the bottle. And when I come back, we'll take a look at the finished product. I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the finished pieces, and I've sealed the paint on them, both of them. So this one I sealed with just the clear sealant, and this one I put on some holographic varnish, and then I sealed it with clear. Now, for anybody who's, you know, interested, I recommend this. It's Krylon triple thick crystal clear glaze. Comes in a 12-ounce spray can. Definitely use it outside. This is not craft room approved, guys. But it does give a beautiful high gloss finish without having to do all the sanding in between the polyurethanes. So it does take a little longer than polyurethane to dry, but gives a nice finish without having to do all the extra steps. So here you can see it has a nice high gloss on it. You can see a little bit of that iridescence. That's it. That's my project for today. I do not recommend that inside as a glaze, though. Okay, but that's my project for today. So if you've enjoyed this, go ahead and hit the button and subscribe. You never know what I'm going to come up with. Also, check out the post or the community tabs or whatever they're calling it here on YouTube. You can get a copy of my schedule so you know when I'm going to be live and when I'm going to be posting videos and things like that. And you can also go down to the description box below and click on more. You're going to get a totally free, no down payment, no monthly installments, totally free Cyber Stalker Starter Kit, where you can pick up all of my social medias. You can find my Facebook group, all of that stuff. It's all down there in the description. Until I see you again, stay well, stay hydrated. Bye-bye now.